Hello everyone, welcome to Sunburned Albino plays Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, episode 20. I'm gonna press the down button right now. Now. Still audacitying it. I'm gonna get a new capture card from a different brand pretty soon. And if that doesn't work, then it just means that I'm cursed. Let's continue the trial.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide?
Same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me? Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
All right. Oh, so many accounts. I remember what they are, luckily.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi. What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time is...
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
I feel like Sonya's account...
What about the others?
This is where we're gonna have... This is where we're gonna see that... Or discuss the fact that Hiyoko went to the music venue by herself early.
At the motel was doing
And
that.
Sonya saw her do
So
it.
everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't
Or
have
at
an
least put the
alibi.
idea in her head.
What about you guys?
So was there a thing here?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Okay, yeah, that's
not
fine.
an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
Damn!
Crap!
Nobody has an alibi.
We can
Sonya's
exclude the
account,
sick
movies,
people like me and
invitation
Connie,
ticket.
right?
And
That
what
doesn't
about
matter.
the others?
Mikon's account
Right before
doesn't
the
play
morning
into this, I don't
announcement,
think. Surveillance
I
monitor
was
video
totally sleeping in my motel room.
doesn't
I
really...
think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
What if...
I
Is
was where I was supposed
Kazuichi
to
the only
be, my
person who
own
should be
cottage.
able to make the video
That's
happen?
not an alibi.
aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest
Let me...
Alibi has
Okay, let me
failed.
start it from the beginning again here.
We can exclude the sick people like me and
Because
Akane,
Kazuichi
right?
is always supposed to be
And what
there
about the
shortly after the Monokuma announcement
Right
to
before the morning
set up
announcement.
everything.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Ah.
Crap!
Okay.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what
Can
about
we,
the
though?
others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was...
So everyone who stayed at the motel...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything. We were sleeping in our cottages, right? But that's not an alibi since there's no one here to back it up, right?
Crap!
Yeah, I know, but I'm still trying to just
We can
figure some
exclude
things
the
out
sick
here.
people like me and Akane, right?
Sonya's account... Oh, I can just look at my goddamn truth bullets right now. That's amazing. Hold up. It's gonna be one of these people's accounts. Let's look at Mikon's account. Right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikon was with Hajime the whole time. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. Is Mikon's account supposed to agree with Fuyuhiko's statement then? Whereas Fuyuhiko's account, they met Mikon in front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater in Electric Ave, but didn't find anyone. Apparently Fuyuhiko and Mikon were only separated for a short time. Sonya's account was Hiyoko was distraught because of her kimono. That's when Sonya apparently told her about the full-length menu. So that's got nothing to do with it. I think it's going to be Mikon's account to prove Fuyuhiko's story then.
And what about the others?
Right before the... I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That doesn't help either.
We can
Ah.
exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone
But
at the motel was doing
I don't know
that.
that we can exclude them, but also I don't know what would make
Doesn't have
them
an
not
alibi.
able to be
What about you
excluded.
guys?
The movie's invitation ticket can't
I was
possibly
where
have
I was
anything to do with
supposed
this.
be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi,
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
That's pretty much the same thing. One is just proving one person's, and the other one is just proving both theirs. So I get fine. Okay.
In fact, Mikon and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
It's not what you think, Chiaki. Don't. You know you're still my number one.
It's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
The killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? And what kind of trap is it? Oh, class trial suspended.
Hiya!
Why, hello there, mon ami. The moss balls sure look tasty today. Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. What's that? Now then, mon ami's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best. What a disappointment. Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. Yeah, I'll save my progress. We're trying to figure some stuff out here. I'm still thinking Mikan, even though apparently she has an alibi. But does she have an alibi, though? Like, well, there's still some things that could be happening.
Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead.
But it could still totally be Sonia or Kazuichi, too.
No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
They kind of made it a little too obvious for it to be Kazuichi, though, because he's the only person that did not help with the investigation. He just, like, said it was too hot and just left. Like, what a cop-out, right? The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. Does something like that even exist?
It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie.
Yeah, but nobody knew about the rule until afterwards.
About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right?
Thank you, Chiaki. I knew this was all bullshit.
But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape. Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows. Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
Yeah, it's circumstantial. Like I said, I watched the movie, I was like, this is nothing like the murder sequence.
Hyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
Hyoko's murder wasn't planned?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions? It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
You're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Why Hyoko went to the music venue? If that's the key to all this, I need to find that out, no matter the cost. Okay, give me Sonya's account. It's very simple. How was Sonya's account not here?
Hyoko, go to the music venue?
Music venue curtain, surveillance
you
camera
know that?
units, AC temperature, the Wizard of
Maybe the
Monami,
killer summoned
blood on the
her.
souls,
If
hotel room
that's not
key.
it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
Yes,
I agree
sir.
with that.
Key proves it because she took it with her.
It's just as Sonya said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose. Are you saying my gut was wrong? This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
No.
That's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
This is my least favorite part of every trial. Stepladder, candle smudge on the floor, Mikon's account, surveillance monitor video, Fuyuhiko's account, Sonya's account.
Hyoko was locked inside her room, right?
Sonya's account. Show me
She
it.
definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. That girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't back down.
Mash it! Mash it! Oh, god damn.
But Hyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember?
Ugh.
It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what
Okay.
if the key was in her kimono?
Wait for the orange thing.
Maybe the killer just put it there later.
She's more stubborn than I thought, but I can't back out. I did counter her remark.
The killer was the
Still?
one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
This is such a stupid sequence.
There's no
Huh.
reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on. Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono. There's only one reason
Damn
her
it!
kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer.
No.
Allow
Oh,
me
well, I
to
got,
prove
okay, I
those
cut the right
words.
one anyway.
The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Kyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes. Do whatever you want to me.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Hell no.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake!
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
Killed Hiyoko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan. Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
The killer's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure we're very, very close.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like me.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Huh? Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around?
Strange. That's very strange.
Strange? What's strange?
I see, it's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints, there's still an important clue left that we completely overlooked. Just as Nagito said, if she had blood on her feet, she would have left footprints. Then why weren't there any footprints on the... Yeah, why were there no footprints on the friggin' stepladder? That's like the #1 thing I was asking as soon as we started this whole
I
thing.
can prove it with this. If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
You noticed such a small detail! How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
What are you talking about? See, like, I understand the bloodstain being on the side of the ladder if she hung herself and then started kicking around and, like, kicked the stepladder over with her bloody feet. But it still doesn't make sense how she got up there. And, like, it's stuff I don't get. There's just, like, a big hole in this. You were obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Nagito Komaeda, you're definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it. Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video,
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
Really? So, just as I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video, and whether or not we can reach that hidden truth is all up to me.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
If there was some hidden clue in that video, I should have seen something strange as I watched it. I'm the only one who can clear that up. I'm the only one who actually saw that video. So I'm the only one who can do it! The hanging video that I saw. Based on everything we know from the debates thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange. Is it the curtain? The black curtain in the background, huh? Based on that video alone, I don't really know if the curtain's suspicious or not. Need to remember a more obvious clue.
Here!
Okay, the stepladder.
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
And the top step was blue. What?
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene.
No, it's the same stepladder.
But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
There were two stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue.
There was one in the hospital.
What do you
you're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing.
In that
that's different.
storage room
Am
where,
I
like, the
right?
curtain came from, too?
That's amazing, Chiaki. All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
The stepladder isn't the only thing that's different, huh? Chiaki said that the stepladder was at a different place, but if that's the case, the thing that's different between that video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing, the place where the killer did something? Oh, I'm gonna be at such a lot. Oh my god. Not G. I'm gonna need to guess the first, like, 3 letters. Nope, it's not that either. Hospit. It's not hospital. Okay, well, I can guarantee you that N and G are not the next 2 letters here. Yes. No. Phil. What is even going on at this point? Nope, not that. Film. Filming. That's probably what it is. Is it L-O-C-A-T? Location. Ah, you idiot. There's no G's, so get rid of those. Son of a bitch. Okay. Location. Ah. Why did they... I'm so upset. Ah, that was the T I needed! Locate T. This makes me look retarded. Like, just so... But also, I hate it so much. And thank you for that. Huh.
I got it.
But I didn't notice anything about the floor that... Like, the floor looked like the stage. It was brown, it was wood. I don't think there was a room in the hospital that was like that.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
In order to show us that they filmed the video at the music venue instead of somewhere else, what did the killer do to that surveillance camera unit? What did they do to it? Logic dive? Okay. I don't know. Tamper with it? Oh well. I'll be glad to, like, have this be happening. Oh, that's just a wall? Okay. My bad. I thought it was like a jump that we could go through. Just goes to show what I know. Okay. Show me a prompt. Question 1. Which part of the surveillance camera unit did the killer tamper with? The monitor or the camera? The monitor. Nope. Both? Nope. The camera. Okay. I mean, I'm not sure how I would know that. I guess they tampered with the... Oh, okay. No, there's just... Yeah, okay. They tampered with the... Oh, my God. They tampered with the camera so that it could be then taken to other places, I guess. Okay, this is just entirely unnecessary at this point. We are still going here. Question 2. Did the killer tamper with the camera at the music venue or the hospital? Did they tamper with the one at the hospital, right? Nope. Must have been the music venue. I mean, we watched the hospital one. But I don't know, they could tamper with this, whatever. This is so much fun, and also we need to slow down or else we will not continue to make the turn as it was getting ever so tight. Oh, I only have 56 seconds right now. Last question, need to get it right. Question 3. What did the killer do with the camera from the music venue surveillance camera unit? They increased the signal or they took it with them? I think they took it with them. They had to have. Yes. Okay. We're not complete idiots. We got one of the questions right on the first time. Ooh, they ook it with them at the end there. Hell no. Hell yeah. Because if they had just increased the signal, they still would have recorded it at the music venue, which would have been incorrect.
With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start, and made this easier on all of us.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Well, that's true, but... in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
The thing the killer did to the remaining monitor was, destroyed it.
I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not.
This seems like a Kazuichi job, I'm telling you.
My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
Although I'm like just arriving to that conclusion, so...
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Which means even if it was filmed in another place, as long as it was transmitting to the hospital, the range would be pretty limited. If that's the case, where was the video filmed to make it look like it was filmed at the music venue? The only possibility is that place inside that building. No! Get out of... I don't know what the room is called, I just know it's part of the hospital. But the hospital isn't even the correct word right now. Nope. Okay, it's the K. I doubt it's that either. I guarantee it's not 2 C's. Oh, we already established that it was not cat, but it is this. The conference? Oh, that doesn't stop time. C-O-N-F-E-R-E-N-C-E. Conference room. Absolutely. Okay. My problem is, every time with Hangman's Gambit, I always know, like, what it's... I always know... I don't know the names of things. I know what it's referring to, but I don't know what that thing is called. Like, the first time with the frickin', like, meat shiv, or whatever, I didn't know what it was called, but I knew what they were talking about. And then there was the other time with, the filming location. Like, I understood the concept of what they had to be talking about. I don't know why I thought it was conference, but that's fine. Get rid of everything that is not a C right now. Thanks for that. Give me the E. There's an E. Oh, yeah. But, who's getting good now, huh? Who's used to this? That's me. I'm looking for an N. Gimme an N! Also, I meant M. That's what I meant to say.
I got it!
It's possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? Conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
To make the conference room look like the music venue, the killer went ahead and did some work. I've got to make clear what that work was. Okay, well, it's going to be the curtain. That's pretty much all I can think of. Music venue curtain. Yeah, exactly. In fact, that is all it can be.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue?
Yep. Just kidding.
Damn it!
Okay. No, I was lying.
And the music venue.
Which place resembled? Did the conference room look like the music venue?
Nope.
Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Yeah!
Must be it.
What? It's the same. What is it even? You're saying the same thing. You're just saying it backwards.
What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room.
What?
They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From
The
what I
music venue
remember,
looked like the music
there
venue.
used to be a really flashy curtain, but after the incident,
I was never getting it confused by somewhere else.
it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid. That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room? In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is the same color as the music venue stage.
Yep. Okay.
So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
Well, if they were trying to make the music venue look like the conference room, then it didn't work because we still ran to the music venue. Instead of the conference room. Which, if we went to the conference room, we would be greeted with an empty room. And then what? We would just go to the music venue because we thought it was that still again, maybe. So what is the motive here for making them look the same? Something else the killer did to make the music venue look like the conference room. It's gotta be that. What else did they do? Look like the conference room. Candle?
I can prove it with this.
Yeah, candle has to play in here somewhere. Ooh, and my health bar came back.
In the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
Then they were trying to make the conference room look like the music venue. Not the other way around. Because if it was filmed at the hospital conference room, and it looked like it was filmed in the hospital conference room, we would have just run like... friggin' it would have taken 10 seconds to get up into that room and stop what was going on and see the killer. But because it looked like the music venue, we went to the music venue. And also, the fact that we went to the music venue, that was where the body was. So how does that make sense? Was there a record? There was no recording function, though. It was a live thing. I'm very confused now.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime. It's occurring in the conference room.
I feel like I've heard Bayside cops say that before, but isn't it the other way around?
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
Exactly. That video was filmed at the conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music venue. Which means there was a fake somewhere. That fake must have been...
I see! The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki. It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
Oh, that's right, because the video cuts out before they actually hang themselves.
Already been killed.
The actual time of death.
Oh.
Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
That's hella fucking smart.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened.
Well, that bitch
during
had
the
silver
day.
hair in the video, so you tell them they dyed it? They dye their hair? So that's what happened. Then no matter how quickly I ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. At that moment, I was already in the killer's trap. And the one who set a trap for me
But
was...
why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video. There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
That's right, I should already know. I should have already known who the killer is. I'm not 100% on this. But, like, it's gotta be you, right?
Crap!
No, that's not it. Just kidding. right, I should have already known. It's right, it must have been a chick if we were able to... Is it Sonya?
Crap!
No, that's not it. So I should already know. I should have already known who the killer is. The only other person with silver hair is Chiaki. Wait, is it Nagito? Nah. Nah.
Crap!
Okay, good. I was gonna say, because that doesn't make any sense, but he's also the only other person with silver hair. I can tell you that this was a great trial because I'm at a loss. It's none of the people that I thought it was. No, it's not Nagito. Should already know. I should have already known. You're fucking with me if you're trying to tell me that it's who you think that it is. Wait.
You're the only one!
Yes! I was right!
Nikon, you're the killer, aren't you?
I was right from the goddamn start!
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hiyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Nikon have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
You're gonna have to spell it out for me.
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence?
Oh, yeah, okay. Shouldn't you get some rest already? You should be exhausted from nursing without any sleep, right? Then, if you insist, I will use the on-call room upstairs. You must be mentally exhausted, so it's better if you relax in the lobby instead. Oh, you tried to get me to not go in the room with you.
You said you were going to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room. That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music video. And showed that to me. Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Good point.
Not only that,
Damn.
the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
Yeah, but I still don't think that excuses you.
So that must mean...
You could have had, like, murderer disease, too, you know?
Please, wait a second! What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible! There's no way I could kill someone!
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
Just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikon is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for socials punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation.
I'm gonna say something right now. I'm gonna be real disappointed if once you get backed into a corner, you do a full, complete character change. You need to be exactly who you are right now. That needs to be who you really are. And then you just also happened to kill people at the same time. I don't want you to just go full 360 and be like, huh, yeah, I killed him. I'm a killer. That's who I am. You need to be crying all the... just please don't let me down.
Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
Hey, Hajime!
Everyone's ganging up on me. Tricks aside, logic aside, is she really capable of doing something like this? Could it be I'm the one making a mistake? No, in fact, it'd be so much easier if I was wrong. If I have this much doubt that someone I've spent so much time with...
Can you hold on a minute?
Huh?
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time like this.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time.
Huh?
I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
What? Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
Actually, this is a game.
Please don't say such controversial statements. Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Dang! That's a huge deal!
A decisive clue? Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from. This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. And keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this. The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Hold on. I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along. What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place.
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
Huh?
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then, I finished speaking.
Huh?
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Nagito's words contain a decisive clue? Is that really true? Okay. Rope used for hanging, scrap of thick paper, music venue, curtain, surveillance camera unit, AC temperature. Well, it's gotta be rope used for hanging. It's the only thing that's remotely applicable to the situation.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
Okay.
That's basically the same thing.
Kinda,
While
yeah.
Hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Ooh.
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Where's Ibuki's true cause of death was strangulation? That fact is the decisive proof that will lead to the killer. Is that true?
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
I don't think the AC temperature
That's
is
basically the same
part of
thing.
this. I think we
While
just kind of have to
hanging and
brute
strangling
force it
seem
here.
Similar, the scars they leave would look different too.
Okay, that's not wrong.
Scars? You mean the rope burn?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Yes.
That must be it. So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right?
Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and strangling just by looking. You, Mikan, the ultimate nurse.
Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe and whatnot. And the last part of this trial is going to happen. And I'll see you guys next